All right, this is the Brown Duke Gun Show. My name is JP Garcia, here again today with Brandon and Austin. Today, I didn't mention this the other show, but it's not changed. We are still the official podcast for Sentry Defense Indoor Range in Youngsville, Louisiana. We're in South Louisiana in Youngsville. If you're here, come shoot. If you're not here, look at sentrydefense.com or sentrydef.com, excuse me. Go buy whatever it is you need. If you listen to our last episode, then you'll want to buy all your movie guns. Go get your movie guns. But more importantly, go to sentrymanufacturing.com. We are also the official podcast for Sentry Manufacturing. Go buy your deadlocks. We have a lot of news pending that we can't say right now, and I know I'm teasing you, but this is big stuff. Very excited about it. And we're just waiting for the day that we can tell you.
Yep, worth the wait. It's gonna be worth the wait.
Definitely worth the wait. But you'll want to start getting your deadlocks in soon. Yep. New products, hopefully sooner rather than later. On the horizon.
We've had to shift a little bit of production for some of the new cool stuff that we're talking about that we can hopefully announce soon. So once we get online with getting some of those orders fulfilled, the new stuff's coming.
Yeah. Very good.
It's being made.
Yeah, in production.
Yep.
So, and a lot of new ideas in the hopper. So we're very excited about Sentry Manufacturing. Sentrymanufacturing.com. Get your stuff on order. If you want me to autograph something, let them know.
Yep.
I'll autograph it. It'll deface the value of your deadlock by about $10, but that's okay.
we need to make a brown anodized version of it.
I'm telling you. Well, I have the FDE ones in mind just because it's like
we need to make like a darker one.
Like like my brown, my level brown.
And you have different shades, like a winter shade and a summer shade.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. This is mid-match season, so it almost blends into your black gun. Yeah, this is like, this is midwinter, so it's like more FDE. Yeah, there you go. So today, our first official unboxing. I'm going to move all my stuff. We are unboxing. I haven't even opened. This still has the packing tape around it. This is the unboxing of the Ace VR firearm, pretend firearm, and the holster that comes with it.
And you could also tell you didn't retape it because UPS threw the box and it's like semi-untaped already.
Oh yeah, it's so all.
If you retaped it, it would probably
ruined.
Be perfect. Right?
Yeah,
So
that's definitely
UPS thorn.
So
threw it around.
Exactly. So here we go. Here's the knife. Let us dig into this guy first. Here, we'll get the packing box out of the way. And boom. Right, and I'll rip this in a way that my address doesn't make it onto the video. All right, so this is the holster.
That's pretty nice.
That you're supposed to use. Yeah, it's like a Kydex one. Double Alpha has.
They do.
One for this gun.
Yep.
So so there's the holster. Yeah, check that out. This is look at that. And so. Ace, let's see. Let me fold this over so you don't see what my address is. So they did even a little thanks, JP, for buying it. So thank you. Good job, Ace. I've been trying to get Max to get us in contact with them so we could have him on the podcast. I think that'd be a cool thing.
That would be really cool.
I talked to one of the, I guess he was like the game designer guy. Whenever we went to the Staccato event, like they were launching this system and they were sending out examples for like us for beta testing and things, and like they did that at that event because they're like, hey, we have a bunch of pro shooters here, let's see how this system, like if it's worth it, right? And they were giving out like $10,000 for the winner of like this game, so we're like, obviously all of us want to play it, right?
Of course,
So we sat there and played it all day and was giving them feedback to it, and we're like, hey, this is really cool. The only downside that we saw was like on steel, if you're like shooting really, really fast, and like our eyes were picking it up faster than with the Bluetooth can connect to the TV. But like once you get the hang of it, it's like, okay, I can, just kind of go through that learning curve. But as far as like actually doing it, it was really cool. But we got to talk to the game designer, and he was like asking us a bunch of questions, and obviously like he was like way over our head, right? We're like, hey, this is just what it does. Like, I don't know how to put that into your words and how to make the game better, but this is what we're seeing.
Well, that's why
he was really cool about
he's
it.
a guy that I need to talk to.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Like, that's a like computer engineer to computer engineer. Like, hey, let's chat about this thing.
Yep.
So before we dig into the box, this is the box. Have a look. We did bring the Staccato P, a real one, and it fits the holster.
It fits in the holster. Let me see. I think the CS.
Yeah, here you go.
Because I know, so the Druid holsters, or the rounded ones, actually all fit the CS and the P. It's all the same holster.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. It doesn't snap in as much as the P does, but it's still it fits pretty good.
Is it a Kydex? It looks like it's Kydex.
Yeah, it is Kydex. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's like, I wouldn't use it for an actual like carry holster,
right?
Because obviously, like, you can just push it forward.
Yeah.
So it doesn't lock in that way because all this part's cut out on it. Let's see if it does it with the P.
No,
the P kind of stops.
The P locks in.
P locks in.
So you could use it as a holster if you wanted to. Yeah, so it's like a dual purpose thing. So it would be a holster you'd want to bring to a USPSA match, though. It's not like a or like a paddle, like outside the waistband paddle holster type setup. You know,
something like that.
So, but you could put a Boss hanger on it. It looks like it looks like it's got all the mounts for. Yeah. So
pretty nice.
Interesting. Okay. So
did it come with the Acer system?
No, I had to order it. Yeah.
How much was this holster?
I do not remember.
Because it kind of looks almost like a regular holster.
I think it was like the same price. It was like $80 to $100 or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, because if it's like way more, I'd say just get like a regular holster and
and then just Dremel it.
Yeah, Dremel it out. But if it's the same price, it wouldn't be bad.
I think it's around the same price because it's true Kydex. I mean, looks good.
I just didn't know if they like try to do their marketing thing.
Yeah,
you know? Or overpriced.
No. I think it was very well priced. Good. So then this is the box, the Ace social or fun, social, and competitive. And so this is the Staccato. Here we go. Opening it up and let's see. Oh, there's stuff that I even flipped over. So first thing on top, get a sticker. Hey, there you go. I'm gonna put that on something. It did pass its inspection. Look at that. Very cool. Okay. Okay. It looks like there's some tutorials and something from the CEO or a co-founder and a little nice thank you note. I will have to read that later. And then this is just the instructions that come with it to how to set up your handset. So it's front and back. There is some wording on the box here, like a scan me. There's a lot of QR codes in this when you get yours, and I'll kind of flip it around here. So you can see the QR coding here, some instructions, and some other words that I won't read on air. I'll leave it to you when you buy one to read it. But flip this foam over. And this is an adapter for the Quest 2, which we do not need. Oh, some more stickers. Perfect. And the moment we've all been waiting for, this is the gun. Look at that. Okay. So it looks like, okay, let me put this away. Here, this is where I guess the controller goes, right? And let's see. So it's got let me flip this around. It's got a mag button. It's, trigger here. It's actually pretty heavy.
It's like probably the same weight. Or they're trying to
make
it.
That's what I want to see. Like, so this is the P. This is the real P here. And this is the pretend P, the Ace P. And it's actually very similar.
Close. Probably whenever you put the controller in it, it's probably like
almost dead on.
Almost the same, yeah.
So, here, check this out. Here you go. So.
Oh, yeah. Like it feels like a lot of weight's in the mag too. So it's like a
very similar.
Yeah, like this gun's unloaded on the real P, but this one feels like it'd have like a loaded mag in it.
Yeah.
So that's even better.
Yeah.
It's an actual gun.
Cool. Yeah, check that. This is the Austin's the holster.
So the trigger feels like really good like this. I remember like shooting them and the triggers was different than they are now. Mm-hmm. The original models, the triggers were kind of rough and kind of hard, but I think that they said they did improve on them, and I think it's because it's like
it looks like it's hinged.
It's hinged, yeah. So I think that's kind of helps it out. but it feels very light compared to where it was. Now the button's not in here, so I think that was the biggest issue whenever we had them, was whenever we pressed the button, it would like make it more of a weight. But I think that if you set it right and it's doesn't have any over travel or pre travel, I mean, it would almost feel like a real 2011 trigger where you have like take up, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever you break the wall, it'd be like clicking the button.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would be
so that's
really
what
cool.
happened. So you had to put the actual controller thing in there.
it, and that's what the little button, this little hinge part, actually clicks the button,
okay.
right? So I think whenever it goes in there, it'd probably feel very similar.
Okay. Got it.
Kind of cool.
Well, yeah.
And the mag button works. Cool.
So yeah, and the only thing that's missing there is you don't have another mag to jam in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So
And I think like it senses like whenever you tap it.
okay.
Tap the bottom mag, like that's the reload. So you press the button and then you tap the bottom mag, like you're seating a mag, and that tells it like, hey, you did reload,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
So it looks like the serrations are the same. Like looks like the the like I mean as exact as they could make it. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's impressive. So I don't know, Austin, what do you think?
I think they're very similar. I think they're very similar. This is pretty impressive.
For a video game, right?
Yeah.
So have you played it before? Mm-mm. No, we'll have to get you guys some reps on it. I know Brandon, you've played it.
Yep. Yeah, I played it.
I've played it once.
Quite often. I even played the new model too. Blake had bought the newer model,
Right.
and it felt like the triggers were a lot better. And I think there's a trigger upgrade kit that you could buy from somebody.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had bought one. We haven't put it in yet, but he bought one and said it's supposed to improve the trigger.
Well, you know where I think this would be really good is of course playing it, right? But the number one place I thought about this is for when we do the camp with the kids, the heart camp, and if it's super hot or it's raining, like we get a couple of these and just an open space, and we just I don't know how you design a course of fire. That's one of the reasons why I want to talk to the ACE guys, because I want to design a course of fire that's like friendly for them, or like pick out one or something like that.
Yeah, you can. I think it'd be easier to pick out one because like we talked about doing it for Blake's event because we were running these, and we talked about doing like an exclusive course of fire just for that event, and it was a lot of work for them to do.
Really?
Like they could do it, but it's like they're gonna have to charge for it pretty much.
Got it.
So I don't know if it'd be worth doing it that way. Just pick out. I mean, they have hundreds of different courses of fire, so just pick out one of them that's pretty easy. And even like the regular range thing is pretty cool. Like there's just a bunch of steel out there and you can shoot it, which is very fun. And people always ask me like, hey, do you think that there's a place with this Acer thing since it's becoming more popular? And I absolutely do. I think that makes dry fire super fun, right? Because like you're not sitting there just dry firing target, you're actually seeing things go down and stuff like that. Is it a direct replacement for shooting? Absolutely not.
No,
right? Like it's never going to be a direct replacement for shooting, but I think it is a direct replacement for dry fire.
Yeah.
Like, it could be besides reload mags, but like there's a way that you can dry fire now with using your eyes and like making sure like the gun gets there with that. I think that's where it fits in.
Yeah. I think if you have a 2011 for sure, right? It makes a lot of sense, because it's the same feel, controls are in the same place. Trigger is, just feeling it right now. Trigger is just, it's very similar.
Yeah.
Right. Like it doesn't feel like a video game trigger, So yeah, you can even, like you said, you can feel the wall, And
I still think you do need to do some dry fire with like reloads with your holster setup. So like unless you have the exact same holster setup that can click into that, like maybe our open holsters would work on it. I wonder if they would.
Well, right back there, believe it or not, I've got our open holsters right up there. So yeah, because I actually sent a holster to my buddy Chris in Kentucky. He's just getting into it.
Oh yeah.
Or I sent him a belt. I sent him a belt and mag pouches.
Got you.
So
yeah, so
look at that.
It fits. So like that would be awesome. So like you could use your same holster setup like in USPSA and get your dry fire draws in if the grip angle is good and everything like fits out.
Yeah, this is a double alpha. What is this? The Alpha X holster.
Alpha X. Yeah.
So I mean everything
Everything fits.
Everything functions.
Yeah.
So
I think it'd be really good, and then just cross over to
look
like
at that.
your real gun, and to get the weight and to get the sight height. Like whenever you bring up the gun to get your dot aligned, because it's probably gonna be a little bit different than what the VR is. But
This is
for the most part, it's like
this is an SV insert though. So,
Yeah.
but it fits. So for what it's worth, it fits in an SV insert for Alpha X holsters.
And the new flex holsters are kind of more adjustable too. So like you have a 2011 insert, that's it. So they fit all the different guns, which makes it a lot nicer. But yeah,
it is a little bit hitchy on the SV insert. Yeah. But it's also
it probably fit great in the Staccato
ST,
insert. Yeah.
Sorry.
And what you can
Staccato,
do, like, so I have my SV, this exact one for my open gun. And then I got a limited optics gun, and instead of like changing out the holster, I just shaved down the grip. To where it fit in my SV holster, so that way it's not hitchy at all.
That's
so you
good.
can probably do it with this one too, like with this Acer system, just kind of file it down. With
I like it. It's
sandpaper.
actually very tight in that holster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Work.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So so training. Yeah, I think my opinion is yes, you can. The thing that the Ace gives you that you don't get in regular dry fire is that you do get very specific training for your eyes.
Yeah.
That you don't get, just dry firing. You don't get the recoil impulse.
You don't get the recoil impulse, and the speed in your eyes is a little bit slower because, like I said, like whenever you press the trigger from the Bluetooth sense to like what you're seeing, you kind of gotta have to like.
There's like a little delay.
There's like a little delay. So like close up steel, I can definitely tell it. If it's farther out steel, if I like really want to punch out alphas, I can't tell because I'm pausing the dot anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm freezing the dot, then pressing the trigger, then going off. Whereas like on the ones where you're just swooping through with the dot, you might miss the steel. But in real life, you really wouldn't miss it. It's just that you're moving too fast for the
video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I definitely think that there's a great training part of like moving the gun and reacting, making your finger react to what your eyes are seeing. That's where I think this game definitely excels.
Yeah.
And you get a ton of reps for free pretty much after you buy the initial system.
Yeah. I think if you mix this, my prescription, if I were a doctor of shooting, right? My prescription would be to mix it in with regular dry practice, dry fire, and live fire.
Yes,
right. Like
I
this
agree.
will enhance you.
It would enhance.
It's not. I don't say it's going to replace. Like particularly if you don't shoot a 2011.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're new to the dot.
Yeah. Like you still need to like do your like right before a match. I'd still move over to like a real gun with your dot, the exact setup, to where whenever you bring the gun up, the dot's gonna be exactly where you want it to be.
Right.
Right. Like there's no way the game's gonna be that perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be to your gun because like every gun's different, right? Like from your gun with your scope mount, whenever I use yours, and compared to my gun with my scope mount, is different.
It is different.
So you have to like actually put the gun that you're gonna be using right before the match and making sure the dot's there. But for the like regular part, like everyday dry fire, you could use that and get a lot of advances from
I wonder if this in the middle, so there's this bolt here in the middle. I wonder if that's a weight or if there's something in there. The only reason I ask is because it'd be nice if you could drill in your thumb rest.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Put in your own, like put on your normal stuff onto this gun.
That'd be cool.
Right. For those who use a thumb rest, put your thumb rest on there, and then you could kind of build your grip in a similar way,
Dude, as a matter of fact, like instead of like screwing it in, you can probably like just JB weld it.
Yeah.
Like just glue it to the side of it.
True.
You could just JB weld it down there, and you'd be like set to go.
There you go. So then there's another market for parts, for 2011 builders. Make your stuff for the Ace
Because the thing is, like, it's like airsoft parts. You're not having to deal with recall.
Yeah.
So the recall is not going to be like tearing up the guns and making it move around. So it could work.
Yeah. And I think we can just tighten these down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit floppy in there, but interesting. So this is the Ace VR gun. I had to get the controller thing on there, but
And they do make a 320 one too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maxis got them to make a 320 model, so that would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Hopefully they start making like different guns, like at least the main guns.
You need to make a Glock.
You need to make a Glock. You
Yeah.
need to make a like 320 Staccato. Would be
Probably
cool.
a Beretta.
Yeah, the mechanic would be a cool one.
Oh yeah, Canic for sure. Maybe the Walther.
Yep. That's like your top ones right there.
Yeah. And I think, particularly for this, because you can get the, you can get some of those maybe you can even just get airsoft parts.
Yeah.
And, and stick them on like gas pedals and all of that stuff.
Yep.
And, and have setup similar to open or whatever it is your thing, whatever you shoot, you could have it probably set up for this.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest issue with like that holster is making sure the ride height and the angle, like the cant, is the same as your regular gun.
Well, honestly,
Right. So if it fits in this holster, that's ideal.
It's
you
perfect.
Just put your regular belt on. But if you're dry firing, that's the problem that I see. If you're dry firing with that, just throwing it on your belt, and then if you're dry firing the way that we do is for like perfect repetitions, whenever you put this on, it's going to be completely different. So you're going to miss the gun if you have 1,000 repetitions with your Ace system. So like trying to get it to where it's set up the exact same way with the same belt and everything else.
The other thing that I'd want to have now that I'm thinking about it is if I was actually training with this, I'd like to have my magwell.
Yeah.
Because your grip's going to hit different with the with the magwell.
Yep.
So it'd be nice to have a way to put your magwell on here. Or I guess you could just.
Like I said, you could just put it on there.
It'd be nice to know what you could drill into. Maybe that's where it is, because it's like I don't want to go drilling holes and bust whatever. Like I forget how much I paid for it now, but you don't want to break it.
I think if you just put slap it on there and put epoxy to where it glues it on there, I think it'd be good.
Yeah, but if you had to Dremel out, because it doesn't have the lip for right, it has a built-in magwell, so you'd have to shave this off and put a little. It's smaller than this, so you'd have to do something to it.
Yeah.
If it's all just weight, then that's fine. You could even just Dremel out your magwell and put it on there, just because it's just the feel thing.
Yeah,
it's not like you're going to reload. But if not, then you don't want to ruin the thing by just bolting on parts to it. So I like it though. Cool. That's interesting. So I do want to use this at camp. I think that would be cool. I think this could be a good thing for you guys in the range, for, gun safety. You guys have the laser shot and all of that stuff, and that's really cool. But I think this could also be a good addition for new shooters, particularly kids.
Yeah.
Interestingly, like last night at the club, we have a family who came in, and the kid, there's a kid with them. I don't know how old the kid is, but either like 12 or maybe like 13, 14-ish, and I said to him, I was like, it's going to be like a video game when you shoot next week, except it's real, we were talking about Call of Duty before, and it's like, it's similar to that, except it's real ammo.
Yeah. And I think this, like, people always ask, like, oh, how do I get my kids involved or teach them firearm safety? And I always go back to making it like a game, right? So if you take them out in real life, I always say hey, make it fun for them. Make it to where they have reactive targets, or they're shooting something, and make it easy to where they're hitting stuff, because they don't want to get discouraged if they get oh, I can't shoot anything, so I'm going to give up on it, right? You want to make it easy to where they can shoot. Whenever I first started getting Elias, she was 4, right? She had her first rifle, and the target was 10 yards, right? I made a big target, 10 yards, so she instantly hit it. She was gonna hit it every time, right? So it's oh, this is fun, this is exciting. You put Coke cans out there, and have her shooting it with 22s, where they're moving around and stuff. So she enjoyed that. So this would be the same thing. If you're putting this on a kid, it's almost very similar to a video game, but they can still learn firearm safety, which is the first part that you need to teach your kid, right? They don't really need to know trigger control and all that stuff. The first thing they need to do is make sure their fingers off the trigger, and make sure they're pointing in a safe direction. So if there's a VR game where they're looking through things, and if you can have another VR system with them to where you can see what they're seeing, to where they're always pointing the gun in the trap. Because at the house, if you don't have the VR system on, you can't tell where they're pointing it, right?
Right.
But if you can look at them, and they do have that to where you can link up together.
You can stream it to the TV.
Yeah, which is awesome. That way you can see hey, you need to move your body here, move your body there, and make them keep it pointing in a safe direction, keep their finger off the trigger until they're ready to shoot. And while they're doing that, they're having fun shooting all the steel. You know? And then once they graduate from that, then it's like, okay, now I can take them to an actual range where live fire and we can work on trigger control.
Yeah.
You know?
I bet, Austin, when your kid is old enough to have one of these, like in the next 4 or 5 years.
Months.
Yeah. Yeah, months.
She's going to be shooting a gun at 12 months,
12
just like
months.
Ellie, right? Like,
Yeah.
So Ellie, she won't know what she's doing, but I put her finger on the trigger and she pressed the trigger to where she can grow up telling all the boys she's been shooting since she was 1.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but I think there'll be AI that'll even know it's like, oh, like it'll be smart enough to DQ somebody. It's like, oh, you went out of bounds. Oh, your finger's on the trigger.
Yeah.
You know, give you
Yeah,
warnings
yeah.
and stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That would be really cool. Yeah, this is a really cool system. Sorry, guys. I've been on text and work stuff.
It's all right.
But no, this is a really cool system. Like, I really want to play this. I'm the only one here that hasn't played it. Like,
It's
I
fun.
really, really want to play. I've seen it, but I haven't got to play it.
Well, yeah, because you know during Blake's event, we were all
all over
doing
the place,
stuff.
yeah.
Especially if you have 2 people, like if you're competing against each other, like because obviously, like I'm a competitor. If you're a
dude.
competitor, like you
Yeah.
know, whenever me and Blake get on this, we'll sit on here for hours.
You don't want this.
Yeah.
You don't want the smoke.
It's like-
you don't want the smoke.
It's constant going back and forth, and it's like, yeah, this is just a game, but like we're both so competitive that we're gonna sit there and make sure that we both win, right? Like
That's
we're
awesome.
gonna keep going back and forth, and you can do that with this, and you can do it at any time of the day,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't have to worry about like waiting for the range to open or like you can't do trigger control and recoil management, but you can do a lot of other things with it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this, that, you know, with Blake's setup and all of this stuff. So one of the things we were thinking about is doing a club championship this year, right? At the range. And I thought about like, well, okay, if we want to make this more of like a bigger, maybe like a customer appreciation day or like a whatever we want to do with it, you know, maybe we have a couple of these set up like we did for Blake's thing.
I was just thinking the same thing.
outside
And have a competition.
and have like, you know, for people who want to do, you know, they're waiting to shoot or whatever they want to do, they do this outside. We've got the match going on inside, you know, do stuff like that where, you know, more people can participate. And if they're not really comfortable coming in to shoot USPSA, it's like, hey, you want to try out USPSA without being USPSA? Hey, let's strap on one of these guys and get you out there, you know, because clearly at the Blake Miguez event, it was a hit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you guys had 3 going on, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Because they're not as afraid to like go and try it, you know, because if they make a mistake, it's not like it's not life or death.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it'd be really good for training safety and things like that.
I really think I'm going to bring this at least one, if I can't, maybe bring another one over to the camp this year.
Yeah.
You know, and it also save us from maybe setting up a stage, you know, but, you know, I don't know. We'll have to do that. Though camp is going to be in the first week of June.
Okay.
So we'll have to figure out how we're
I've
going
been
to staff
playing
that.
around. Like I'm gonna end up getting one and getting the subscription for it.
Yeah.
For their shop, so I'll have another one if you need to.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then you guys will all be in the back, like
Yeah.
doing this. But you know, Mike and Aubrey were the ones who turned me on to this, right? They're the ones, you know, the retirees of all people doing VR shooting. You know, I had to introduce, you know, us, you know, to this. It's like, oh, but it is actually legit, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And now Max is into it, and a lot of other shooters. I think Jen Tang is on it, right? So a lot of folks who are using it. So
And there's some like gaming things too, like
there's a zombie shoot, and there's the
That's what I was wondering. There's like, because that would be fun for kids. Right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things, but like on the competitive side, like don't get discouraged with like the leaderboards. I know they're pushing a lot of people to the leaderboards, but like there's obviously like there's some shooters that's on the leaderboards that like they don't win in real life, but yet they're winning in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have some type of like
Yeah.
you know, cheating or something like that, because nobody's watching them.
But it's also a game. Like,
also
let's
a game, right?
remember
Yeah.
that, you know, this is a very good representation of USPSA and IPSC, but it is not USPSA and IPSC, right? Because there are people who, you know, who kind of flex. They're like, oh, I've got, you know, 1 million rounds, or I've got whatever. And they, you know, they're these badges that you can get, right?
Yeah.
I think they even send you a coin, like a physical coin, if you reach a certain level, you know. But then it's like, you know, then they're posting videos of them actually shooting, and they're like, you know, they're like B class.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, but, you know, in my opinion, it's like, actually, if this can bring you to B class, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
No.
otherwise that'd be thousands of dollars of ammo that
Right.
You know,
and there's
you
still
didn't
people that's like, shoot, like, we laugh about it all the time. They're like, oh yeah, we shoot 50,000 rounds a year. And it's like, you're still not winning. Like, so you're practicing the wrong stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
But like in this game part, don't get discouraged with just leaderboards and say like, oh, well, I can't get here and then stop doing. Like, there's still something that you're doing it for.
Correct.
Like, you're still getting good training off of it to keep doing it,
Yeah.
Don't just try to beat the leaderboards, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to like get the top part and they're not taking the training from it. So they're going to start cheating the system where it's like, oh, instead of drawing the gun, I'm going to keep the gun like pointed down here to where all I got to do is pick it up. And then it
like you got a sub-second draw.
Yeah. It's like whenever they're drawing in .2, it's like, well, nobody can really do that in real life. Like, I've seen you draw. You don't, you draw like a second and a half.
1.2. Yeah.
Like, how are you getting a .2 draw in here? Like, you're cheating on it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they're getting a better score. So don't worry about that part. Just like keep using it for the training. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, for sure. So I have played with the headset a couple of times, and it is eyeglass compliant. So if you do wear glasses, they give you a little spacer, and then the thing just fits on, and it's perfect. It works just fine. And if you put the spacer in, and then somebody else without glasses uses it, like your kids, no problem, right?
Awesome.
So yeah, it works out really well. So this is it. This is the Ace VR gun and holster, and I mean, to me, it looks pretty much dead up like the Staccato P. Weight wise, the controls are going to be a little bit different, but even if you're into 2011s, each 2011 is just a little bit different than the other one.
Yeah,
they're all.
I think it's a hit. I'd say go ahead and get it.
I think get it. Yeah. Get it, play around with it. I don't know if you can make a group. It'd be cool if you could make a group. It's like, hey, play against the Sentry folks.
I think you can.
Yeah, so I did. So it gave us, when you make a login, it gives you the chance to make one. I made one for Lafayette Practical Shooters, but I couldn't figure out how to add people or invite people to it.
Got you.
So I don't know how the group thing works. If we do get the Ace VR people on the podcast, I'm going to ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So cool. Anything else you guys want to say about it?
That's really cool system. I really can't wait to try it out.
Yeah, this is a quickie, guys. So go out, get your Ace VR. It looks pretty cool, especially if you have a 2011. But otherwise, we'll catch you next time.